Okay, so we are going to do Miss Jones's story time, and this book is um, Key Hunters. I started. I'm going to start with this one, the Mysterious Stone. You know, it's my favorite color anyway, so I might as well just go ahead and start with that one. I'm going to do the first chapter of it, and let's see, from the first thing we see here, we've got a shadow back here, kind of somebody looming. We've got a dog here. It is by Eric Looper, and I love the fact that there's a key up here for the key hunters. I think that's really cool. We've got our two characters here. This is going to be Chloe, and that's Evan. Chloe is going to have a higher tone. I'll try to get there with my wonderful alto here. We've got a rope, so it looks like either they climbed up or they need to climb down. We'll see. I will be reading from the first chapter today, and then we'll move on to the second chapter tomorrow. Um, Eric Looper is our author, and Lisa K. Weber, or possibly Weber, depending. That's our illustrator. Now, if you know anything about Miss Jones, I don't really like bending my pages, so we'll see how this works out. This key is kind of cool. It's a little bit different than the key that's on the front. Just a little bit. And that's usually like a master key kind of a deal. And with the master keys, they tend to open up other places that certain places usually wouldn't be able to get to. You wouldn't be able to get to with that a regular old key. So, chapter 1. There she goes again, Cleo whispered. Evan closed his joke book. There who goes again? He asked. Miss Crowley, Cleo said. Every day she disappears into the back of the library. Not one kid in school liked the new librarian. After Miss Hillard left mysteriously at the end of last year, Miss Crowley swooped in to take the job. Miss Although they both had the same brown eyes, Miss Hillard's were warm and welcoming, while Miss Crowley's were dark and piercing. Miss Hillard also had a sparkling purple book cart. She taught Evan how to find any fact in a moment and helped Cleo find books she liked. Miss Crowley only made them sit in their seats and stay quiet. She probably she's probably shelving books, Evan said. Librarians love shelving books. Hey, do you know why an elephant uses its trunk as a bookmark? I don't care, Cleo said, peering down the aisle where Miss Crowley had vanished. So he always knows where he stopped reading, Evan said. Get it? An elephant trunk knows. Cleo ignored him and tightened her ponytail. I'm going to find out what she's up to. Bad idea, Evan said, tucking his joke book into his backpack. Why do you lose recess every day? Because I don't stay in my seat, Cleo said. But I have a good reason today. But I had a good reason today. I'm sure, Evan said. Ellie Fishbane took my pencil. I had to get a new one from the pencil cup. You didn't have one in your desk? Evan asked. The pencils in the pencil cup are sharper. Uh-huh. And they fit better in my hand. Uh-huh. And they have softer erasers. Cleo looked over her shoulder. I'm going, she said. You're going to get punished, Evan said. A lifetime without recess. Miss Crowley will be the one who gets punished. Cleo said. A teacher should never leave two kids alone. We could get hurt. With that, Cleo darted between the shelves. Evan knew following her would only lead to trouble, but he didn't want Cleo to think he was chicken. They twisted through the maze of shelves. Every book he'd ever read smiled out at him like a friend. Here in the library, he had tons of friends. Drat, a voice said. Which book is it? It came from the next aisle. Miss Crowley was tugging at books and shoving them back into place. Literature. No longer used, she muttered. What sort of clue is that? All literature is used. Miss Crowley, Cleo said, is everything okay? There's a little photo here. And with the other book I showed you. It is black and white, but you can see how they look in color right here. But there's Miss Crowley. She doesn't look like a happy individual, guys. We're going to keep going. Miss Crowley spun to face them. An old-looking brass key hung around her neck. What do you want? We heard a noise back here, Evan said. And I suppose you've come to investigate like two little super sleuths, Miss Crowley said. We thought you might be in trouble, Cleo said. Trouble? Miss Crowley stood her full height and towered over the kids. Her black shoes had the pointiest toes and the highest heels Evan had ever seen. What sort of trouble might one find in a school library? A paper cut? Evan said. Go back to your seats, Miss Crowley said. But we were just, Cleo began. You were just going back to your seats, Miss Crowley said. Not another word from my junior Frank Hardy and Nancy Drew. Cleo and Evan headed back to their table. Awesome, Cleo whispered. She called me Nancy Drew. So what? Evan said. I read one of those books once. Nancy Drew sipped tea and ate something called fancy cakes. That's the old Nancy Drew, Cleo said. The new Nancy Drew has a hybrid car and a cell phone. Plus, she solves mysteries. Suddenly, Miss Crowley cried out, and the kids heard a sliding sound. Cleo and Evan ran back to look, but Miss Crowley was gone. Dun, dun, dun! Ooh, what's gonna happen in chapter 2? Tune in tomorrow and see what happens. Bye.